Halloween. It was a crisp Halloween night, the kind that made the air crackle with excitement. Under a silvery moon, 8-year-old Natasha adjusted her witch hat, which flopped over her eyes, and looked down at Black, her sleek, mysterious cat. Black, with his glossy fur and eyes that shimmered like two tiny lanterns, seemed to pulse with an energy that echoed the night's magic. "Are you ready for our adventure, Black?" Natasha whispered, her voice barely above a breath. Black purred, the sound rumbling deep in his chest as he flicked his tail. He had always been her companion in bravery and mischief, and she knew this Halloween would be no different. Wandering through the dimly lit streets of their neighborhood, children roamed in costumes ranging from pirates to fairies, joyfully shouting, "Trick or treat." But that wasn't Natasha's destination. No, she had heard whisperings of a haunted underground passage behind the old oak tree at the park, a secret door where the stories told of goblins and spirits guarding treasures untold. "Let's see what lies beneath, shall we?" Natasha said, excitement bubbling in her chest. Black leaped effortlessly from a nearby wall, landing beside her with a soft thump. As they approached the ancient oak, the leaves crunched underfoot, and a shiver ran up Natasha's spine. "What if there are scary things down there?" she pondered. "Meow," Black responded with an assertive nod. Though he wasn't the most talkative, they shared a bond that made communication easy. Natasha had an extraordinary gift. Since she was little, she had been able to understand animals. With a deep breath and firm grip on Black's furry back, she approached the twisted roots of the old oak tree. Pushing against the bark, a hidden door creaked open, revealing a dark, winding staircase leading deep underground. Natasha descended slowly, her heart racing like a drumbeat in her chest. The air grew cool and damp as time stood still. They reached the bottom and entered a cavern filled with shadows, the walls glistening as if a river flowed unseen near them. "Hello?" Natasha called out softly, feeling a ripple of courage surge through her. "Is anyone there?" For a moment, silence cloaked the place, until a raspy voice answered from the shadows. "Who dares intrude upon our spooky sanctuary?" A small, shimmery goblin stepped forward, his wild hair glinting with a hint of silver, and his wide eyes blinking in the darkness. Natasha was startled at first, but remembered that they meant no harm. "It's just me. I'm Natasha, and this is Black. We're here for an adventure, not to steal your treasure," she said with her hands on her hips, channeling her inner bravery. The goblin chuckled, a strange sound that echoed eerily through the cavern. "Adventures, you say? This place is much darker than it seems. Are you prepared to face your fears?" Natasha nodded resolutely. "I am. I have Black with me, and together we can brave anything." "Very well," the goblin said, grinning widely. "But first, you must conquer our challenge, the Mirror of Truth." He pointed to a shimmering mirror that stood tall at the far end of the cavern. In its reflection, you will see not just your face, but your deepest fears. Eager but anxious, Natasha approached the mirror, Black padding quietly behind her. As she gazed into it, the world around them flickered, and her reflection morphed into a scene of darkness, a stormy night with ghostly figures swirling in the wind. Her heartbeat quickened, and for a moment, she wanted to turn away. But then she thought of Black, her steadfast companion. She could speak to animals. She could brave anything. She remembered the stories of courage and kindness her grandmother had shared. Summoning every bit of bravery, Natasha took a deep breath and spoke to the figures in the mirror. "You are nothing to fear. I choose courage over fear." The mirror rippled, dispelling the darkness, and transformed back into her reflection. The goblin clapped, a mischievous twinkle in his eye. "You faced the darkness within. Not many can do that." With that, a door behind the mirror creaked open. Behind it lay the rumored treasure, shimmering stars and glowing orbs, each representing a kind deed or courageous act. "These are your gifts, Natasha. Carry them in your heart as reminders of your bravery." Natasha reached into the hidden room, feeling the warmth of the orbs. She smiled radiantly, thanking the goblin before heading back up the winding staircase, Black beside her. Night had deepened, and the world above felt familiar once more. They emerged from the oak tree into the luminous moonlight, where laughter and shouts of children greeted them. "Did we really go underground?" she asked Black, as they looked back at the old oak, its branches swaying gently, almost as if waving goodbye. "Meow," Black replied, his eyes sparkling in the moonlight, as if to say, "Every adventure, no matter how thrilling or scary, makes you braver than before." That Halloween night, Natasha had faced her fears and discovered the treasures of courage, and she would carry them with her always, wherever her adventures might take her next.